Welcome, 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 Cacaoistas. I'm Sorrell, plant spirit medicine woman, and today we are joining together to enjoy a cacao ceremony. And this cacao ceremony's focus will be connecting us to the spirit of water. So before we begin, make sure that you've prepared your ceremonial cacao that we're going to use before we actually drink it. We're going to use it to call in the sacred directions to create sacred space. And before we do that, we need to cleanse ourselves. Now, this journey that we're going on today, I'll guide you through the process of journeying and what we might experience in a moment. But just to tune you in to the bigger concept, this is part of a series of 5 where we move through the 5 elements of earth, air, fire, water, and ether. So we're now on water, and we have one more to come in a month's time for the next new moon, which will be ether. And then we'll have completed our set of 5. So of course you're welcome to just enjoy this as a one-off, but if you'd like to join me for all 5, then please subscribe and like the YouTube channel so that you can receive all of the new journeys that come through that I offer you. So let's begin by cleansing our energy field together. Now there are 3 layers of our energy field that we want to wash through. We've got the outer layer, which is our protective shield. We've got the inner layer, which is our emotional layer between that outer shield and our physical body. And then we have our physical body. And so let's cleanse those energies, those energy dimensions around us together. So hands in front of the heart, let's scoop up love and light from our heart chakra. So our heart is opening and pouring love and light out into our hands. And we gather that energy up, carrying it over our heads. And now we call the energy of the universe to shower us with love and light as well. And we bring that all the way around our aura, cleansing the outside, cleansing away any sticky energies that may have been projected onto us, giving it to the earth. Mother Earth likes to take it off us and compost it. She gobbles it up and turns it into something nourishing again, the same way she composts our banana skins. So now we're going to do the emotional layer. So hands in front of the heart. Let's gather love and light from our heart, scooping it up over the top of our heads, opening up to the universe, giving that love and light to the universe, and the universe showers us with love and light too. And we bring the love and light from the universe all the way through the aura, through the emotional layer, cleansing any sticky energies, any heavy energies we don't want to have in our energy field anymore, giving it to Mother Earth, shaking it off, thanking Mother Earth for taking those heavy energies off us and transforming them. Coming back to your heart, allowing the heart to fill your hands with love and light and scooping that energy all the way up over the head, opening up to the universe. And now let's bring that energy all the way through the physical layers, all the way through the cells of the body and the spaces in between, all the way through down to the earth, and then giving it to Mother Earth and thanking her for taking it off us. And now our energy is clean and ready for us to call in the sacred directions. And as we're calling in the sacred directions, we're creating a safe, sacred space where we're calling our guides to be our witnesses, to be our protectors while we journey into the spirit realm. So only good things can come. It's a little bit like tuning in your radio, so that when you tune into Radio 1, Radio 6, whatever channel you like to listen to, then you don't hear the other noise that's out there. You're just tuning in to the positive energies that you want to receive in your space. So holding your cup of cacao now, we're going to begin in the east where the sun rises. Now I'm going to be using the Mayan medicine wheel, but beginning in the east to call in those archetypal energies, because cacao that we drink comes from the Mayan lands. Now, if you're not drinking cacao, then you might want to just call them in verbally, or you can shake a rattle or drum your drum, whatever you want to do to invite the energies in a ceremonial way. So let's turn to face the east. I have to turn my back to you to turn to face the east now while I begin. So excuse me doing that. And I hold my cacao up to the east, and we call on our beloved spirits of the east. Beloved spirits, we welcome you. We welcome the rising sun. We welcome the fire and new beginnings, the dawn, the new day. And we welcome this opportunity to birth a new way of life and a new way of being. And we welcome in the spirits of eagle and condor who take our prayers up to heaven on their wings and show us the places that we only dare dream of. Beloved ones, we welcome you as we offer you our cacao. Now we turn to face the spirits of the south. Now this in the Mayan system is where water resonates. So let's call in water as well as we call this direction in. Beloved spirits of the south, we welcome you. We welcome the water, the flow of life. We welcome the day and the warmth of the noon sun. We welcome our passion, and we welcome and celebrate the people that we are becoming. And we welcome our teacher, Snake, who teaches us how to shed our old ways, the way that she sheds her skin, to evolve our consciousness to become the people that we were born to be. Beloved ones, we welcome you, and we offer you our cacao. Now we turn to face the west. Beloved spirits of the west, we welcome you. We welcome the earth and the fertility of life. We welcome the dusk and the setting sun, and we celebrate the people we've already become. And we welcome the opportunity to go within. And we call upon our energy, our guide of Jaguar, who helps us to be brave and peaceful warriors as we tune into our shadow and bring it into the light for integration and healing. Beloved ones, we welcome you as we offer you our cacao. And then we turn to face the spirits of the north. Beloved spirits of the north, we welcome you. We welcome the night and the bright moon shining. We welcome the air and clarity of thought. We welcome and celebrate the wisdom that we hold. And we welcome our spirit of hummingbird, who teaches us to trust this path and to guide us home to the place that we dared to dream of. Beloved ones, we welcome you. And now we connect in with the earth beneath our feet. So we connect in with Mother Earth, and we invite Mother Earth to join us and all our earth relations. And as we do this, we offer them our cacao. So we're welcoming Mother Earth, and we're thanking her for everything that she gives to us, the food, the shelter, and all of our earth relations, the plant people, the stone people, the animals. We welcome even the viruses, the bacteria, and our friends, the mushrooms, because they all make up this world. And we ask that Mother Earth forgives us for the destruction that we've caused over the last few hundred years as we've been evolving, and helps us to learn and remember the old ways so that we can live a more harmonious experience together as one on this planet. Beloved ones, we welcome you, and offer you our cacao. And now we tune in to the spirits above us and around us in the upper realms, and we call upon Father Sky, who connects us with the breath of life and the winds of change, the blue skies and the grey, who protects us from the void of space and wraps his loving arms around Mother Earth and all of her children. And we offer you our cacao, Father Sky. And I'm going to spin round on my spinny chair and call upon the cosmic relations and offer them this cacao as we call upon Grandmother Moon and Grandfather Sun and the star nations and all of our cosmic relations. We welcome you. And finally, with my hand on my heart, I call upon the spirit of creation energy that flows through all things. Great Spirit, who has 10,000 names, yet is still the unnameable one. We call on you to support us, and we thank you for this matrix of existence and our place herein. Please help us to connect to the spirit of water today, so that we can learn the wisdom that water holds and how to work with water in a healing and a harmonious way in our lives. Beloved ones, we welcome you. And so now you may welcome anybody else you would like to your ceremony in your space, whether it be the fairies or the gnomes or a particular ancestor or spirit guide that you already work with, then calling them in. And when you're ready, you can start drinking your cacao and offering it to yourself. And this helps us, as we've called in the directions, to remember our place within the circle. We are in the center of our medicine wheel, of our circle. But without the other elements, the water, the earth, the air, the fire, the ether, we would not exist. So it's good for us to remember our place, that we are nothing without those 5 elements. And so today we are going to be journeying to meet with the spirit of water. So while you're drinking your cacao for a few minutes, I'm going to talk to you about cacao and water so that you have everything you need to know in place before we begin our journey. So cacao itself, if this is your first time drinking cacao, then I want you to know that it's really safe. The only people that may have a problem with cacao are those people that are allergic to it. And sometimes if someone's on high doses of medication, then you may just want to lower your dose of cacao. So most people will be having a stronger cup of ceremonial cacao. The general advice in the West is to have anywhere between 28 to 42 grams in your cup. But you may simply have as little as 10 grams to get the effect that you need to actually journey with Mama Cacao. For those of you who aren't working with cacao, trust that this is absolutely fine, because if you are allergic to it, there's no way you're going to be touching it today. We're just calling on the spirit of cacao while we all work in ceremony together to help you on your journey, on your path, as we meet with the spirit of water. Cacao has many healing properties. It helps to expand our heart physically and spiritually. It helps the blood circulation into the heart space. It also helps the circulation to the brain so that we can have more of those aha moments as more of our neurons connect up and we can make sense of things that we may be struggling with. So if you have a specific intention, a specific question for water, or you're asking for healing from water spirit today, that's also fine for you to set those intentions before we go on our journey, and we can work with those as well. Cacao will also help with the balance of the serotonin and the dopamine transmitters within the brain, which is why there's a little bit of safety issue around if you're on large doses of medication, particularly those antidepressants which are working with those neurotransmitters. So again, just keep it low dose if you are. And for anyone that's new to cacao and it's your first cup, if you feel like after you've drunk half the cup, you're full and that's enough, then trust your gut, literally, so that you just have what you feel is right for you. I only had a tiny dose, maybe 15 grams of cacao the first time I worked with her, and I was blissed out for a whole 3 weeks. So there's no need to really go for it. You don't have to take big doses of medicine so that you get the effect you want. She is a very powerful but subtle teacher. Other effects that we might experience with cacao is an raise in the oxytocin levels of the body. So oxytocin is a beautiful hormone which makes us feel so loved up. It's the hormone that we experience when we get a lovely massage, when we cuddle somebody, when we stroke a cat or cuddle our children, or are staring into the eyes of your lover. And so that feeling of love can surge through our body when we drink cacao. It's the most delicious experience. So I hope you enjoy the experience that you have today on a chemical level as well as a spiritual level within your journey today. There is so much more I could teach you about cacao, but I don't want to take over our time with just the intellectual journeys. I want us to talk a little bit about water before we go meet the spirit of water. Now, when we meet the spirit of water, we're going to be going into the lower realm. And water is a powerful energy, so it may manifest in multiple different ways to you. Whenever we go on journeys, we're using our imagination. And so just allow whatever wants to come through symbolically to come through, and then later we can make sense of it. Try not to analyze it and rationalize it too much when you're there. That's your left brain consciousness that wants to do that, and it's very active. We're very well trained in left brain activity. Our right brain consciousness is much more our shamanic brain, and it's the part of us which can see and feel things that sometimes don't even have words to quite describe them. And so we use our right brain consciousness to tune into the spirit of water, and then we weave those stories together with our left brain when we come back fully to be present in this reality. So in the way that we work shamanically, we feel into the 3 layers of reality. So this layer that we're conscious in right now is the middle realm. There is an upper realm which connects up with our higher consciousness, our higher selves and our spirit guides, maybe more angelic beings. And then the lower realm is more our inner consciousness, our shadow and soul parts of ourselves which may have become slightly disconnected. And so we can journey there into the landscape of the lower realm today to meet with water, to cleanse ourselves, to heal ourselves, and to learn what we might want to learn from water, whatever water wants to teach us today, and we're ready to receive the messages from water itself. So there is much, much more I can teach you about water, but I want you to have your own unique experience with this journey. And then when we come together, if you wish to come together with me at the end of this ceremony, there'll be a live Zoom call if you're coming together as part of this premiere. If you're coming together with people after the live session and you still want to share your experience, then please do jot down your experiences in the comments below this video. I absolutely adore hearing about your experiences and how it manifests for you in your life. And it teaches me so much as well. So when we go on this journey into the lower realm, I'm going to invite you to imagine that you have a third eye consciousness, which is represented by a white light, and it's going to leave your body and it's going to fly out. It's still connected to you, but it's going to fly out through your imagination into a place in nature. And this place in nature needs to be real. It needs to be in this realm. So it could be your garden, it could be a beach, it could be a meadow or a forest or a mountain. It needs to be somewhere that you remember, ideally somewhere you've been to rather than something from a photograph or a movie. And then I want you to land in that space, and then we'll look for a way to go down. And so you may find a portal, a hole, or a door in a tree. And then I'll invite you to go down and down around through that portal until we land in that lower world landscape. And we land in that lower world landscape, we're going to meet with all of the 5 directions represented as sitting around the fire who have been waiting for us. And water will step forward and will guide us on a journey within the journey. And then your opportunity then is to ask for help, ask for healing, ask for wisdom. Maybe there's a particular issue you're working with and you'd like the transformational power of water to support you or cleanse away the old that no longer serves you. Whatever you want, absolutely fine for you to have a conversation with water and to work with them. Also, because we're working in a reciprocal relationship with water, as I like to with all my spiritual connections, we are wanting to be friends with water. We want to offer ourselves in service. What might we do for water as well? How might we benefit water within ourselves and within the planet and as a spiritual energy? And then I'll call you back to your bodies. Now we're going to be doing this journey assisted by my beautiful gongs, which are also very good at shaking up every element of the body and very good at shaking up the water. So if anyone here today might feel a little bit dehydrated, really make sure that you drink lots and lots of water after today's ceremony so that you're flushing through any of those toxins that might be sticky in the body that need a good cleanse. And I'm saying this because we're working with the water element today. This may happen for us. Okay, so I feel like it's a good time for us to begin our journey. So let's begin together as I ask you if you're ready. And if you're not quite ready, you can pause this video until you've fully drunk your cacao. Make sure that your space is nice and comfortable. You might want a journal next to you so that you can write down any notes, anything that comes through at the end of this ceremony so that you can reflect upon them and learn from them later. And so if you make yourself nice and comfortable, you might want to darken your room or even have an eye mask over your eyes or a hat that you can pull down. And you can start to settle into your space, just making yourself super comfortable now. Now I want you, before we even begin this journey today, to think about any intentions that you might be taking with you in your journey. Is there something you need to talk to water about? Is there anything you would like to ask water to assist you with in your life? Whether it's healing or transformation. Or maybe you're just going on this journey today for an exploration of the qualities of water. And so now, with thinking about our intentions, we can let that go and we begin to tune into our physical body. So now, as you're tuning into your physical body, just invite it to relax. Inviting it to relax from the forehead down to the tips of the toes. Relaxing through the muscles of the forehead, through the eyes, through the jaw, down through the neck and shoulders, into the arms, the hands, the fingers. relaxing down through the back and the muscles either side of the spine into the chest. Relaxing the lungs, relaxing every time you breathe out. Breathing in relaxation and breathing out anything which no longer serves you. Moving that energy of relaxation now even further through the body. Moving it down through the torso. Moving it through the pelvis, the abdomen, and into the legs. All the way down now until it reaches the feet and the very tips of your toes. And now your body is a little bit more relaxed. Just invite Mama Cacao to start radiating her magical chemistry through your whole body, radiating out from your stomach into your heart, into the muscles of your body, helping you to relax deeper and deeper. Mama Cacao is going to move quite swiftly through the blood and into the lymphatic stream until she touches every cell of your body and every corner of your mind. And now we're going to tune into our mind by imagining that our mind is completely empty, like a void in space, apart from a tiny spot of pure white light, like a star far away in space. And that white light begins to get bigger and brighter and bigger and brighter. And it's expanding and filling up the mind now, just like a shooting star coming towards you. It fills up the whole of the mind and it starts to expand now into a river of white fire, moving down through the neck, the shoulders, into the arms and the hands, down through the chest and the back, down into the torso, the abdomen, the pelvis, into the legs, all the way down through the lower legs, the ankles, the feet and the toes. This white light expands out of you now, filling up your aura. That aura that we cleansed earlier is now full of this beautiful, pure white light. Now let's imagine it expanding out into the room that you're in, filling the whole space. And like a second skin, you can feel the objects in the room. Maybe you've got some plants with you and you can feel their consciousness. Maybe there's other people or pets, or just the objects of your room, just feeling into their textures, their shapes. Now let's expand this energy out of the room into the landscape around you. Stretch your energy field now as far as a mile wide either side of you. And as you do this, you really feel into the space beneath you, the earth beneath you, the sky above you, the temperature of the air. You can feel trees or buildings. Maybe there's a source of water near you that you can feel into as well. Maybe you can feel the little animals, the birds in the trees, the cats prowling through other people's gardens or your own. Maybe there's people in the streets around you driving cars or going for a walk. And now let's bring our conscious energy back to being the room that you're in. Now let's draw our conscious energy back to being just around us in our energy field, our bubble. And now let's draw it back into our bodies. And now let's start to draw it all the way up into the center of our mind again until it is just that tiny white spot of light in the center of our minds. And now, remembering our journey, we're going to the lower realms to meet with the spirit of water. We're going on a journey into the lower realms to meet with the spirit of water. We're going on a journey into the lower realms to meet with the spirit of water. So let's begin that journey now by remembering that place in nature we want to fly to, and allow that little white light to fly out through the top of your head and start to leave the building that you're in or the space that you're in. And as you leave that protective space, you're scooped up by a protective golden mist which envelops you, and you feel like you're wrapped up in the safety, like wings of an angel are wrapped around you. And you start to journey through the sky towards your place in nature, flying across urban environments and fields, forests and rivers. You can feel yourself flying all the way to that landscape that you thought of earlier where you want to begin your journey. And now we can see that landscape where we want to land, where we want to begin our journey into the lower realm coming into view. And you feel like an aeroplane coming into land. You gently start to descend into that landscape. And now your feet touch the ground. And the golden mist subsides, leaving you to really feel into this space, feeling the ground pushing up beneath your feet, smelling the fragrance that's on the breeze, becoming aware of the temperature of the air. Notice what time of day it is here. Sometimes it's different to the place where we've left our bodies. Notice what time of year it is here. And now we look for a way to go down. And it may be a way you've journeyed before. And if you are struggling in any way to find a way to go down, then remember this is your imagination. So create a path for yourself. Whether you want to be like Alice in Wonderland and go through a little rabbit hole in the ground, or whether you want to find a door in a tree or the entrance of a cave, you find your way now towards that way, towards the portal which will take us into the lower realm. Now remembering the lower realm represents our inner consciousness. So there's nothing to be afraid of here. We're going within ourselves, and it will be represented by a landscape. So let's all fly together through that portal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Now begin your journey down and round and down and round, sinking deeper and deeper into that lower world landscape. You feel your consciousness shift. You feel yourself going deeper and deeper into this state of awareness where we can connect with the spirit of water today. Going really deep now, starting to feel your descent slowing down. And you feel your feet touch the ground in the lower realm landscape. And you've come out into a cave. And in this cave, you see a fire. And sitting around the fire are 5 beings: earth, air, fire, water, and ether. And today, water wants to work with you. So you explain to the 5 elements why you're here, that you're here today to work with the spirit of water. And water stands up, and you walk off together into a more private area of the cave, where begin to get to know each other. And thank water for coming forward for you. Notice how they're representing themselves. There may be something symbolic in this for you. And now remembering your intention, why you journeyed into the lower realm today. Is there something you would like to ask of water? Some healing, offer some wisdom and some advice? And now I'm going to let you journey with water, have a conversation, an experience with water. I'll hold space for you with the gongs, and I'll call you back when the time comes. So let's remember our commitment to be equal to our new friend, the element of water, and ask them what we can do to help them. Maybe this will be an action we can take, or a reframing of perspectives about how we see water. Just reconnecting now with your vision or your feeling, your sensation of water being with you, and inviting yourself and water to develop an equal relationship so you can be mutually supportive. To them all as I call you home. Begin to feel yourself coming up through that tunnel, up and round and up and round and up and round through the layers of the earth, all the way up through the layers of the earth, through the roots of the trees, through the rocks, breaking out now through the crust of the soil and into your place in nature. And the golden mist comes and scoops you up and starts to lift you higher up into the sky, carrying you across the landscapes home to your body, and you can feel the pull of your body calling you home, flying across the fields and the farms and the urban environments, the rivers, the mountains, the valleys, all the way back now, seeing the landscape where your body is resting coming into view. Feel yourself descending into that landscape like an aeroplane coming into land. the space where you're resting. The golden mist subsides and you re-enter the place where your body is resting fully now. And you come back into your body through your crown chakra. And welcome home, everybody. Welcome back to your bodies. Now, as we come back from this journey, a little bit like when we wake up from a dream, it's very helpful for us to reintegrate fully our experience by remembering. Just like when you wake up from a dream, if you say it or write it down immediately, the clarity is so much better. So spend some time now doing that. Now what I'm going to do is close the directions, and that means we are all free to go on with our day or evening, however you wish to. And so for those of you who are joining me as part of the live event, please give us a few minutes break, and then we will all join together to communicate our journey and our experience so that we can share the wisdom that came through and the feelings that may have arisen as we journeyed with water. As Mama Cacao opens our heart, sometimes there's a bit of a release, and it's good to talk, to process these things. And of course, if you're joining this separate to that live session, or you just wish to go off and journal and spend time on your own now, that's fine. Communicate with me however you would like to. I'd love to hear from you. So before we completely go, let's just close the directions together. I'm going to do it this time with my rattle, and I'm going to journey around the wheel the same way as I began. So tuning into our beloved spirits of the East, we thank you. We thank the fire and the new beginning. We thank the dawn and the rising sun. And we thank and celebrate the birth of this new way of life, this new way of being. And we thank our spirit guides, Eagle and Condor, who take our prayers into the heavens on their wings to teach us and show us the places that we only dare dream of. Beloved ones, we thank you and release you. Beloved spirits of the South, we thank you. We thank the water, the flow of life, the day and the warmth of the noon sun. We thank the passion that rises within us. And we thank and celebrate the people that we are becoming. We thank our teacher Snake for teaching us how to shed our old ways, to cleanse ourselves, to evolve our consciousness so that we can become the people that we were born to be. Beloved ones, we thank you and release you. Beloved spirits of the West, we thank you. We thank the earth and the fertility of life. We thank the dusk and the setting sun. And we thank and celebrate the people we already are. And we thank the opportunity that we've had to go within today. And we also thank our spirit guide, the teacher Jaguar, who teaches us how to be brave yet peaceful warriors, to face our shadow, bringing them back into the light for healing and for integration, so that we can be whole and holy. Beloved ones, we thank you and release you whole. Beloved spirits of the North, we thank you. We thank the night, the bright moon shining. We thank the air and the clarity of thought. And we thank and celebrate the wisdom that we hold and that came through for us today. And we thank Hummingbird, who teaches us to trust this path and also reminds us to only drink the sweetest nectar and guides us home to the place that we dare to dream. Beloved ones, we thank you and release you. And now tuning in to the earth beneath our feet, we thank our Mother Earth, and we thank all our earth relations for everything they bring to our ceremony and for holding space for us in space. We thank the plant people, the stone people, the animals. We thank the viruses, the mushrooms, the bacteria, and everything that makes up this world. And as we release you, please continue to be our teachers, to guide us into harmony as one. Thank you, Mother Earth, and all our earth relations, and we release you. And tuning into the sky above us, thank you, Father Sky, for holding space for us in space, for wrapping your loving arms of protection around Mother Earth and all of her children. And we release you. And we release Grandmother Moon, Grandfather Sun, and the star nations, all of our cosmic relations, thanking and releasing. And now we thank Great Spirit. You have 1,000 names, 10,000 names, you are still the unnameable one. Thank you for this creation energy. Thank you for our place within creation. Thank you, and we release you. Now just thanking any spirit guides that came through or anyone else that you've invited to the ceremony today. Thanking and releasing. And now releasing ourselves from this ceremony. Thank you all for joining me. I hope to hear from you and to discover what you learnt and what you experienced from your ceremonial practice today. And I look forward to seeing you in ceremony again soon.